questions, good and bad interview, and suggest some improvements. So let's get started.
Alright, so welcome to the interview today. So before we start, allow us to introduce a little bit about ourselves. So my name is Yao and I'm manager of human resource, and this is Nhi. She is the manager of the project in the domain that you are applying for. So we already read through your CV and so far so good. It contains all the information you need to know. But we still need to ask you a few more questions before deciding whether you're getting a job or not.
Okay, let's begin now.
Okay.
What do you want the job?
Well, I really think that my ability and academic background can fit into this position. And also, I really love the working environment of your company. Yep.
Okay.
Alright, so the next question is, why should we hire you?
Well, I've worked as an interpretation managing executive for Microsoft in 2017.
Oh, really? Are you sure about that? As far as I know, there are no such position in the company. So moving on to the next question. Well, as you may find some information on our website, so you do know about the salary. So how about your requirements?
Well, I think maybe 4 million. I don't know. I could not require much more higher salary, right? So 4 would be okay.
Well, thanks for coming today. That's all we need to hear from you. We will email you later. Do you have any question for us?
No, I don't know. I don't have any question. Can I go now?
Oh, okay, you can go.
After watching this, what do you think about the candidate performance? Personally, this is not a very good performance due to the fact that this coming seems to be an inexperienced, and she seemed to lack of confidence during her interview, and which can be seen through her eye contact. It seems to me that she didn't nearly make any eye contact to the interviewer at all. In fact, when you fail to make eye contact with your listener, you look less authoritative, less believable, and also less confident. Moreover, lack of confidence also leads to pauses. As you can see during the whole interview, the interviewee paused so many times, even though pauses are necessary to maintain the flow of the conversation. Too much flows seem to be less appropriate for the interview. Besides that, there's a part that she used made up information. Actually, in her CV, she had no experience at all. However, during the interview, she came up with the random information that is, she worked in Microsoft and didn't give any specific information about it. Using made up information would be her big mistake during the conversation. Additionally, when she was asked about the salary requirement, she addressed it right away. This would be a no-no when it's come to the question related to salary. and she also took the lowest price, which seemed potentially priced herself out of the job. Last but not least, she is not an active interviewee. As you can see through the last question, when she was asked about the question for them, she didn't even comment or ask any question. So this potentially make the interviewer think that you just take this job for granted and you don't really want to work in this position.
You can see to make many mistakes during the interview. So I'll give you some solution to improve your skill during the conversation. Yes, the first, you should be well prepared at home. Prepare about job description, what your position you want to apply mention about. You have to research your company and about the position information you want to know. And the second, you should know about yourself, especially your competencies. You should specialize your strength. Make sure you can take full advantages for your position, and you have to overcome your weakness. And finally, you should practice at home regularly if you want to go to interview. And more practice at home, more comfortable you get in the conversation in interview. Second solution for you guys, you should stay neutral during the conversation with interviewers. You reducing asking the sensitive question, avoiding address directly, and can create the embarrassing atmosphere in the interview. And finally, you should come with your question. Don't ever say no, I don't have any question if your interviewer asks you. The question should be informative, yes. Maybe you can ask about your success in your position and your intention to do well in your job, and when you can get the promotion, and maybe some challenges what you want to face. In addition, about eye contact, you should keep 5 to 10 seconds with your interviewers, and then look at other sides, and then look at the interviewer's eye again. Yes, not to look down or not to look every side in the one at the same time, and it can show you're nervous. And when you keep to 5 to 10 seconds for interviewers, you can show your concentrate and professional and create a comfortable atmosphere in the interview. Why did you want this job?
So I really want this opportunity because of the following reasons. So the first one is I really think that my academic knowledge and my ability will fit your requirements of this position. And also, I want to really challenge myself into a professional working environment like yours. And this is also the features that I want to pursue in my career.
All right.
Okay, so the next question is, why should we hire you?
Well, I have to say that although I am a fresh graduate from university recently, but I can meet all the requirements that you require in this position. And the first thing is about the English proficiency. So I have the certificate from the British Council in like IELTS. And secondly, I have a great experience in leadership. So I have been a leader for my research team and get to all the competition in both the university scale and also international scale. Finally, I really think that as far as I read from your company website, I think that I not only fit for the job, but also your company as well.
Right,
Yeah.
Interesting. Right, so I need to ask you, one more question is that as you might did some research about the company, especially most of the community would be the salary. So what are your requirements?
So I have to say that I'm unable to determine what the offer should be at this stage because I need to have more details about this position. But however, I believe that as far as I know about your company, you will make a competitive package for that is suit for the candidate. Yeah.
Okay, that's all we need to hear from you. Do you have any question for us?
Well, I really want to let you know that I'm really into this opportunity and I really hope that we will move forward. So I would like to ask you a question is that what are the next steps in this interview process?
We will send you the email about training programs in NetSuite if you are hired, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, my name is Tu. I'm from Human Resources Department. So today I want to interview you.
Okay.
First one, tell me about yourself.
Well, about myself, well, my family have 6 members. They are my dad, my mom, my 3 younger sister, 2 other dogs, and well, I like doing sports, like breathing. Yeah.
Okay, so what is your responsibility?
My responsibility is, well, like back in the last company, I was a flash, like I was the star of this company. And, like I make a lot of money also. Like I was killing everybody, I was killing that job, and, like I was very, very good at that time. But my boss is the problem. Like he was so and he was a very he was like a douchebag, and he complains me, he always yell at me for making too much money, so I left the job.
Okay, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, in the next 5 years, making a lot of money, buying a lot of cars, and sleeping with a lot of girls. Yep.
Okay, so did you have any questions for me?
No. Do you? No. Okay. Cool.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg.
Firstly, for the questions, tell me about yourself. In this situation, the interviewee made a serious mistakes by providing employer with irrelevant information, such as mentioning the members in family, 6 members in families, and mention cats and dogs. Secondly, is for the questions, what are your responsibilities? He made a bad impression in the employee eyes. The reason is that he badmouthed about previous boss and flat up himself too much. The third one that we should take into account is the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Clearly, he doesn't not understand what the employer was asking and give an ingenious answer that the employer look forward to hear. The final one is, do you have any question for me? This is a real minus point in any interview. When giving a short and cursory answer that's no or I don't know. This demonstrates his unwillingness and enthusiasm. So, how to be a better candidate at your interview? Right now, I will give you some advice and some useful tips. The tips number 1 is mention past experiences. Do not hesitate to mention your past experiences. The second one is focus on strengths and abilities that support with example. The final one is highlight your personalities. Since the questions tell me about yourself, it's about getting to know you. It's a good idea to show your personalities with your employee, but not personal details. For the questions, what are your responsibilities? Remember the responsibilities listed in your resume. Connect your responsibilities to the one in the job posting. And the last one is use details when explaining your larger and important project. For the questions, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do not beat around the bush, because this kind of questions help the employer to recruit who are motivated, self-aware, and engaged in their job. Finally, do you have any questions for me? Question about role. Like, can you share me about the day-to-day responsibility of this position? What would you want me to achieve in my first 2 months if I were hired? And you can ask the employee some questions related to company, such as, can you tell me about a little bit the company's culture or the challenges and opportunities I have to face if I were hired?
My name is Tu. I'm from the Human Resources Department. Today I want to interview you.
Okay, nice to meet you too.
Yes. The first question is, tell me about yourself.
Well, about myself, I am a very well-organized person. When I was participating in my university conferences as a volunteer, I was in charge of managing and organizing tasks for my friends, and I also have a very driven personality. I always have a concept in mind that whenever I start something, I should finish it until the end, no matter what cost. So if you give me some tasks, I will assure you that I will do it with my best of state.
Interesting. So the second one is, what your responsibility?
Well, about my responsibilities, well, back when I was working at DSN, I was a marketing manager and digital marketing manager, sorry. And I was in charge of managing websites and do a lot of research about the product lines. So I was able to manage the overwhelming workload, and I also distribute the tasks for my fellow colleagues. So I learned how to organize my work, so that was very helpful. And later on, I was participating in an internship at SGF, which is a food company. And at this time, I was trained further in the product marketing field, which was very, very good. I am now able to do complex investigations on the products market, and I also able to do a lot of research how to develop a new product for the consumer.
Sounds good. So, okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ooh, in the next 5 years, I hope that I will no longer be an employee. Instead, I will be promoted to be like a marketing manager at this company and basically just bring more values to the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Will there be any training programs after, if I have the opportunity to be employed, will there be any training programs about the product lines that I would be in charge of, and when will you be contacting back to me?
Yes, our company will provide training program. And I hope it lends itself to you.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your answer.